And then the guy, I don't even know how to address him.
The friend guy.
The friend guy.
Alright, you guys, it's Aaron. Welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. We are back. It is Tuesday, okay? So we really finna get into some things on today's episode. It is getting crazy because Wendy Williams is going in on Nicki Minaj, the queen of rap, because of her husband, his sex offender registry mess, and all the shit that's going on in between. Wendy Williams is not playing with Nicki Minaj, so we're going to talk about all of it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, and let's get straight into the video. All right, you guys, so when I saw this story, I was like, oop. That's what I'm going to be talking about today. So Wendy Williams has not been the biggest fan of Nicki Minaj ever since Nicki started talking about Kenneth Petty. I think way back last summer or sometime. I know this was like a while ago. This had to be like 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 months ago or something like that, where Wendy Williams was saying some things about her and her husband. I think it had something to do with her calling him a manslaughterer. Then Nicki Minaj went on to Queen Radio and went in on Wendy. She went in on Kevin Hunter. She went in on her whole family. Nicki Minaj was not holding nothing back. And y'all know when Nicki Minaj goes on Queen Radio, she holds nothing back, okay? That is Nicki Minaj's way of getting everything off her chest and really going in on all the people that have been tugging at her and dragging at her for a really long time. When the Hot Topics team came to her with this Kenneth Petty story of him getting arrested and him having to register as a sex offender in the state of California and all of that stuff, Wendy was on it, okay? And at the end of her Hot Topics section today, she really let Nicki Minaj have it. I'ma just stop talking and I'ma let you watch it because, baby, you're gonna need some popcorn, some chocolate, and some tea by the end of this clip. Check it out.
The way the show is going today, we did not have enough time to get to Nicki Minaj's brother. But let me tell you something, Nicki. That's going to be my first story tomorrow, and I'm going to lead with this. You should have never married him. Because now you've ruined everything about what your brand could be. Again, you're never going to stand a chance when you're with a man who pulls a knife at rape point, you know, and you're never going to stay a molester, a registered sex offender who wasn't even, you're never going to stand a chance with John Q. Public, because there's only one thing worse than touching children and pulling knives, and that's murder. By the way, he did go to jail for manslaughter. Oh, I think I just did the story. Nope, nope. Get to digging. There's more on it. Everybody get to digging. Okay. I made a mistake and called Nicki Minaj's brother instead of husband. But the brother's already in jail for, and so...
Okay, yes. So y'all saw that clip. It was a whole hot ass mess. Wendy Williams is not playing with that ass, okay? She did not waste any time when it comes to going in on Nicki Minaj when it comes to this Kenneth Petty situation. And I'm surprised she wasn't on it a long ass time ago, because he was arrested last week, okay, or 2 weeks ago. Like, this story is kind of old, but it is just recent, okay, that he was actually officially registered in the state of California for being a sex offender and has Nicki Minaj's Beverly Hills address on the sex offender registry, okay? So that all just happened in the last couple of days, okay? So that is why me and everybody else like Wendy Williams is still talking about this stuff. I'm at a loss for words that Wendy Williams is going so hard on Nicki. I'm at a loss for words as to why Wendy Williams doesn't like Nicki Minaj. I'm at a loss for words how Wendy Williams can be cool with Nene Leakes when Nene went in on her. I'm at a loss because Wendy can be friends with Blac Chyna when Blac Chyna called her a Peabody ass B word. But when it comes to Nicki, it's like she is not letting up. So what's the real tea? So I guess in her show today, she didn't have enough time in her Hot Topic segment to really get into the whole Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty situation as far as him being a sex offender. But she said on tomorrow's episode, baby, we are getting into some things, Nicki, okay? And you're not going to be able to escape this. I'm starting to feel like Wendy is starting to treat Nicki like how Wendy treated Whitney back in the day, just picking on her and picking on her and picking on her. And as you can see in the clip, she told her audience, she told her Hot Topics team, the producers, the cameraman, the director, everybody involved in that show, Marco Rubio, the guy who be getting everybody to clap, Suzanne and them, DJ Booth, Nortman. Okay, she told all of them, get to digging, find every piece of dirt you can about this Kenneth Petty dude, because we are literally going the F in on tomorrow's Hot Topic show. So with that being said, okay, she talks about Nicki's brand, okay? She basically said, Nicki, you're never going to be on top. You're never going to be where you used to be. Your brand will forever be tarnished and smeared because you married a sex offender. You married a manslaughterer. You married someone who criminally is just at the bottom of the barrel, okay? As you can see, she said, after murder, okay, the next worst crime is rape. Okay, but like I said, and I said all of this on yesterday's video, y'all. I feel like Wendy saw my video and literally just like put her own spin to it, because I literally said all of this the other day. But she's basically saying Nicki's brand is ruined. I don't think so. I think Nicki Minaj's brand or her popularity has kind of been reduced a little bit ever since the whole Remy Ma thing, and then Cardi B came out, and now we have 5,000 female rappers competing to be on some type of music chart, okay? So I think that has been the cause of Nicki Minaj's decline in popularity, which is just natural in anybody's career. No one can be number one in their career at all times, okay? When Michael Jackson died, did he have a number one album and a number one record? No. Okay, when Whitney Houston died, was she on top of the charts? No. When goddamn Prince died, was he on top of, like, you cannot, either you have to retire or you just have to settle. Like, look at Mariah Carey and, well, Mariah Carey's not a good example because she literally just had a number one hit 2 months ago. But let's just say somebody like Madonna or what's her name, Janet Jackson. Okay, they're legends, they're icons. They did what they did in their prime, and they're still touring and they still, putting out music. Janet Jackson just, released the fact that she's going to be doing this Black Diamond tour and this Black Diamond album and all of that. Will Janet Jackson's Black Diamond album do numbers, okay, like that? Of course not, because Janet Jackson isn't in her prime, but that doesn't take away from all the historical milestones and great things and accomplishments that she's done back in the day. And I feel that way about all the girls today. Rihanna, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj. Who texting us? Stop texting me. But that's how I feel about the girls of today. If Beyonce, Rihanna, and Nicki Minaj never sell another record, guess what? They good because they've cemented their place in musical history. Nicki Minaj doesn't have to be number one again. Her brand doesn't have to be where it was. And Nicki will be okay because guess what? She's a rapper. Okay? If Jay-Z can come from selling crack to being a billionaire, Nicki Minaj can be affiliated with a couple of gangsters and be okay. She can be married to a ex-criminal, ex-con or whatever and be okay. Okay, look at Phaedra Parks. Look at who she was married to. A ex-con, well, a current con. I think he's in a halfway house or some shit like that. But she's doing just fine. She's a lawyer. She was a housewife. She was one of the most popular characters on that show. Like, she's doing just fine. I feel like when it comes to rappers, they are held to different standards than regular people. They brag about being a part of that gang lifestyle, and they brag about the money and the bitches and the hoes and the drugs and the alcohol and the clubs and stuff like that. Their brand is the streets. Their brand is fuck money, get bitches. Like, that's their brand. So do I feel... Ooh, baby, shut up. So do I feel like her brand is going to be affected? I mean, a little bit, but at the end of the day, we've all known that he was a manslaughterer, and we all know he was a sex offender, and yet Yikes still went number one on iTunes, and yet Megatron still has 70 million views on YouTube, and yet she still did her Queen album and it still debuted in the top 5. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we been knew this about her husband, and I think she's doing just fine. So I don't agree with the whole brand aspect of the conversation. But she also went in on Nicki Minaj's brother, okay? Wendy was not playing no game. She went in on Nicki Minaj's brother. This is the same. She's saying the same exact stuff that I said yesterday. Basically saying, well, I misspoke. It's not her brother. It's her husband. But her brother is in jail for basically doing the same shit, okay? But just to clarify, Kenneth Petty, he wasn't a grown man who molested a minor, okay? He was 16. The other girl was 16. Does that make it better? Absolutely not. Rape is rape. Molestation is molestation. Sexual abuse is sexual abuse. It is what it is. That's just what it's going to be. I have heard rumors and speculations that the victim's mother okay, accused Kenneth Petty of rape when that may have not been the case, but I don't know. I am not sure, okay? But we don't know what has happened, and I guess that's why Wendy said dig up everything y'all can, because we really got to figure this out. That's all I had to say about this situation. Tell me what you guys think down below. Before we get out of here, I do want to give you guys an obsession, okay? So every night before I go to bed, because I have to watch something, like my go-to is I Love Lucy. I love Lucy. What's her name? Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. I don't even know. But Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, they are just the cutest freaking couple of all time. So if you don't watch I Love Lucy, get into I Love Lucy. That's my shit. Okay. It was one of the biggest television sitcoms of all time, and That's So Raven Raven Simone has modeled basically her entire career off of Lucille Ball. And if you actually watch That's So Raven, some of the scenes, like when her dad was working at that fancy restaurant and Raven came in with that blonde wig, that was actually a scene from I Love Lucy. When Raven and Chelsea were working at I don't know what it was, but it was some type of food factory, they actually copied that whole scene from I Love Lucy. So I Love Lucy is the go, okay? And if you're not into it, get into it. I love all that old shit. But anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think about this whole Wendy Williams versus Nicki Minaj situation. It is getting real. And guess what? I'm gonna be tuned into Hot Topics tomorrow, okay? So I will talk to you guys later. Love you. Don't forget to create a great day.